Leave me alone at this point. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone. I beg of you, truly. That's my only request. Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else, please. So I don't normally do this, but I just wanted to say that today I'm having a day where I'm feeling just a little bit overwhelmed and tired, and I'm trying to get my body moving, and I'm trying to work out and stay on a routine, and I just found it more hard today than usual.
What up, Jay? What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
Justin Bieber may have just served the internet a brand new cup of drama, and fans cannot stop buzzing about it. Out of nowhere, the pop star dropped a series of cryptic posts that many believe were aimed directly at Selena Gomez. The timing, the wording, and the subtle hints were enough to send Jelena fans spiraling, combing through every detail to prove their theory. The problem? Justin is very much married to Hailey Bieber, and his latest move has left her looking like the accidental target of public embarrassment. People are already picking apart Hailey's recent social media activity, her body language during appearances, and any tiny clue that she might be responding to the situation. This drama has cracked open years-old wounds from the Jelena era, wounds that never really healed in the eyes of the public. For many, it feels like déjà vu, the roller coaster of Justin and Selena's relationship, the cryptic lyrics, the subtle Instagram shade, and the endless fan speculation. And now, with Justin seemingly stirring those flames again, Hailey finds herself at the center of a storm she never asked for, but can't escape. Whether this was intentional shade, an emotional slip, or just a misunderstood moment, one thing is certain: Justin has reignited one of the most infamous love triangles of the last decade. And the fallout is only beginning. Here's where things go from slightly shady to full-on soap opera. Justin didn't just post something vague or harmless. He leaned into it, storytelling mode activated, where every word, every move seemed layered with hidden meaning. The more you look at it, the harder it is to chalk it all up to coincidence. And, of course, the internet's unofficial detective squad was on the case within minutes. It all began with a song, dripping in regret and longing, the kind of track that feels impossible to ignore. It all began with a song, dripping in regret and longing. The kind of track that feels like it was written with a lump in the throat and 1,000 old memories playing in the background. The lyrics spoke of a love that was both unforgettable and impossible, a theme that instantly made fans think of his rollercoaster history with Selena Gomez. People dove headfirst into the archives, comparing every word to moments from their past relationship. And honestly, the parallels were impossible to ignore. But just when you thought that was the end of it, Justin raised the stakes. He posted a set of photos with Hailey. Normally, nothing unusual. Except this time, the caption felt like a punch straight to the gut. "I cannot love you because I do not like the man I am." That is not exactly what you expect from a husband posting about his wife. Within minutes, the internet erupted with theories. Was this really about Hailey, or was it a confession about how he felt during his relationship with someone else? Or worse, about how he still feels now? Then came Never Get Lonesome, a song heavy with themes of solitude, distance, and longing for someone far away. Fans said it was almost like Justin was building an emotional playlist for the world to decode. And of course, the dots led right back to Selena, with many calling the track the soundtrack to their unfinished story. And then, the outfit happened. Justin stepped out wearing a hoodie and beanie covered in tiny cartoon cats. Cute. Maybe. Coincidence? Hard to say. But the timing raised eyebrows. It was just 2 days after Selena posted a picture of herself with a cat curled up in her lap. Subtle enough to dismiss, but obvious enough for diehard fans to scream, he's sending a sign. But Justin wasn't finished. In what might be his most eyebrow-raising move yet, he captioned another post, "I.O. Eddie." And he dropped it right as the I.O. Benny trend was exploding online. A trend all about fans claiming they'd treat Selena better than her current boyfriend, Benny Blanco. The timing was like tossing gasoline on an already raging fire. To make matters even spicier, that I.O. Eddie post was linked to a song about valuing a woman the way her ex never did. Fans couldn't decide if this was a calculated dig at Benny Blanco, or just Justin's subconscious spilling out in public. And if that wasn't enough, the internet started noticing eerie parallels between two tracks. Call Me When You Break Up and Way It Is. One sounded like someone desperate to return, while the other felt like someone quietly waiting. Put together, they read like two sides of the same conversation. Suddenly, fans weren't just listening to songs, they were piecing together a story. Was Justin trying to communicate in real time through music? The result was chaos. Twitter threads turned into conspiracy boards. TikTok videos dissected every lyric, every post, every outfit. And thousands of fans became convinced that Justin is either deeply conflicted about his past, or not nearly as over it as he wants the world to believe. For someone who has loudly declared that he's moved on, his posts are telling a very different, very emotional, and very public story. And Hailey, she's stuck right in the middle of a storm she likely wishes would end. But just when you think Justin might finally ease up on the cryptic content, he throws another curveball. Out of nowhere, he drops an Instagram post that feels like a page ripped straight from his emotional diary. No caption, no emojis, no explanation. Just a snippet of a song playing over moody, aesthetic photos that could easily pass as early promo shots for a new album. The second it hit his feed, fans lost it. Some thought it was a subtle way of teasing new music. But most couldn't get past the choice of song, Wish I Hadn't Said That by J.J. Cale. Not exactly the kind of neutral, upbeat track you'd casually share on a Tuesday afternoon. And of course, Justin being Justin, he didn't pick just any part of the song. He went straight for the most gut-punching lyric. If I could only close you out of my mind. If I could taste you once again, feel the pain and the pleasure. We could make it. A line soaked in regret, longing, and bittersweet love. The lyric hit hard. Wish I hadn't said that, baby. Those aren't light words. They sound like the confession of someone replaying old mistakes in their head, haunted by what could have been if things had gone differently. And because Justin gave zero context, fans were left to fill in the blanks themselves. You can imagine how that went. Within minutes, social media lit up with speculation. Was this aimed at someone specific? Was it an apology without saying I'm sorry? Or was it a sign that Justin still has unfinished business with a love from his past? It didn't take long before Selena Gomez's name started trending alongside his. For many fans, the lyrics read like a direct line to the highs and lows of their messy, unforgettable relationship. The silence was the real kicker. Justin didn't explain if this was about his own feelings, a spark of creative inspiration for his next project, or just a random track he happened to be listening to. But when your personal history is as tangled and public as his, silence speaks louder than words. By saying nothing, Justin let the internet do the talking, and they happily obliged. Taika flooded within hours. Fans spliced the song over old Jelena footage, syncing the lyrics with clips of their tearful breakups and passionate reunions. Others broke down every word, pointing out how Feel the Pain and the Pleasure mirrors the exact way Justin once described their on and off romance in past interviews. Twitter was no different. Threads popped up comparing the lyrics to Justin's own Purpose-era songs, and even to Selena's emotional ballads from Revival and Rare. And of course, there was another theory entirely, that maybe this wasn't about Selena at all. Some suggested Justin could be going through a rough patch in his marriage, using music as a subtle outlet. Others believed this was his way of testing the waters, gauging fan reaction before officially dropping new material with similar themes. Whatever the truth is, one thing is undeniable. Justin Bieber has once again reignited one of the most talked about love stories in pop culture history. A story that Hailey never asked to be dragged into, Selena never fully escaped, and Justin himself seems unable to leave behind. The fallout, it's just getting started. One thing is clear, Justin knew exactly what he was doing. You don't post a song this loaded, strip away all context, and then walk away, unless you're prepared for the internet to dissect it from every angle. And once again, he managed to turn a single post into a full-blown conversation about his love life, his emotional state, and whether his truly over-the-chapter fans refuse to let go of. Because let's be honest, when you post lyrics like Wish I Hadn't Said That, baby, and then vanish without explanation, you're not just sharing music. You're starting a story. And right now, the world is desperate to figure out how that story ends. But just when fans thought they had Justin's cryptic spree figured out, he flipped the tone completely, and in the most confusing way possible. This time, the mystery came packaged as what looked like a screenshot from a casual video call with Hailey, his wife. Innocent enough, right? Wrong. Because the soundtrack he paired with the photo was a track titled, I Don't Like the Man That I Am. And yeah, you can imagine how that went over. The snippet he chose was brutal. Oh, I can't love you. I really don't think that I can. Oh, I can't love you 'cause I don't like the man I am. Ah. There's a fool inside my head. He's making me see red. Those are not the kind of lyrics you expect to hear over a smiling screenshot with your spouse. Fans were stunned. Some called it tone-deaf, others swore it was a coded cry about the state of his marriage. Was it just a random track he stumbled across, or a brutally honest confession hiding in plain sight? Either way, the internet conversation was relentless. And then, because Justin never lets the dust settle, he followed that heavy, almost confrontational post with something softer but no less loaded. This time, it was a photo of himself blowing a kiss, paired with yet another moody snippet. The vibe shifted, but the confusion only grew. Was he trying to smooth things over? Send a different kind of message? Or was it just another breadcrumb in this bizarre, ongoing saga? The mood in this next post was more tender, almost hopeful, yet still laced with a deeper meaning fans couldn't ignore. The lyrics went, "In heaven, nothing will matter anymore." Not in a bad way like before, because we'll be sure that we're in heaven, where the time moves so fast. But the things we like always last, because that's how it is in heaven. And those years spent in uncertainty and fear were all a joke. We'll just look back and laugh about it. On the surface, it sounded sweet, like a dream of escaping to a place where nothing hurts anymore. But depending on how you read it could also feel like someone yearning for relief from the weight of reality. Fans debated endlessly. Was Justin hinting at wanting peace, expressing a desire to run away from it all? Or was it simply him reassuring himself that the chaos would one day be behind him? And of course, when you place this side by side with his earlier post, one talking about being unable to love because of inner turmoil, and the other fantasizing about a carefree place where pain becomes just a memory, it stops feeling like random song picks. Instead, it starts looking like pieces of an emotional puzzle. A puzzle that, right now, only Justin knows how to solve. But here's where the Benny Blanco angle gets really interesting, and where fans say Justin may have crossed the line from coincidence into purposeful shade. A few weeks back, a Taika trend went absolutely viral. And it wasn't just any trend. It was built around a cheeky little parody song made by two Totokis, openly mocking Justin Bieber. The premise? That Justin still wants Selena Gomez, and that he would treat her way better than her current boyfriend, Benny Blanco. The lyrics pulled no punches. Hey, believe me, if I was with Selena, I would still be treating her better than you. Better than you. Saw you on a TikTok. Saw you on a... Seeing all your videos kinda hurts me down low. Kinda hurts me. It was catchy. It was petty. And it was completely inescapable on Taika for weeks. And when something hits that level of virality, you better believe Justin saw it. And of course, when something that big takes over Taika, it's only a matter of time before it lands on Justin's radar. After all, this is a guy who has always been plugged into pop culture moments, especially the ones that involve his name. So then, out of nowhere, Justin posts an Instagram photo of his friend Eddie Benjamin with the caption, "Aloo Eddie." But here's the twist. He didn't write it in a normal way. He dragged out the vowels, almost like SOOO Eddie E, instantly reminding fans of the exaggerated "Io Benny" chant from that viral trend. It didn't take long for people to start connecting the dots. Was this just Justin being playful with his friend's name? Or was he deliberately echoing the meme, subtly swapping out Benny's name for Eddie's? Because if it was intentional, that's not just playful. That's calculated. That's taking a viral trend mocking Benny for not treating Selena right and slyly positioning yourself as the better man, all wrapped up in a joke. And here's where it gets even juicier. That Aloo Eddie post wasn't just about the caption. Justin also attached a song to it. And once you hear the lyrics, it's hard not to get suspicious. I want to know what turns you on so I can be all that and more. I'd like to know what makes you cry so I can be the one who always makes you smile. Girl, he never understood what you were worth, and he never took the time to make it work. No, you deserve more loving, girl. Baby, I'm the kind of man who shows concern. Yes, I do, any way that I can please you. Let me learn. Innocent, maybe at first glance. But not when you remember that the Taika trend was literally mocking Benny for failing to treat Selena the way she deserved. And Justin posting this song immediately after parodying that trend felt like way more than coincidence. And to make things even more eyebrow-raising, the second verse took it to another level. I wish that I could take a journey through your mind and find emotions that you always try to hide. Babe, I do believe there's a love you want to share. I'll take good care of you, lady, have no fear. When you put it all together, the timing, the meme reference, the lyrics, it stops feeling like harmless fun. It starts looking like a message. A very pointed message. Put the viral trend about Benny, the lyrics about stepping in where another man failed, and Justin's history with Selena altogether. And it's no wonder fans are buzzing. To them, this wasn't just an inside joke with Eddie. This was Justin sending a pointed message, wrapped in music and meme culture, that just so happens to land right in the middle of his ex's current relationship. And the big question everyone's asking, if it really was shade, was Justin trying to be subtle? Or did he want people to notice exactly what he was doing? Because if it's the latter, then Benny Blanco just got called out in one of the most low-key yet high-impact ways possible. And if you thought the Aloo Eddie post was just harmless fun, this is where things start to get messy. Because Eddie Benjamin isn't just some random friend. He's one of Justin Bieber's closest confidants. Their bond runs so deep that, reportedly, it's been a point of jealousy for Hailey Bieber for years. Remember Coachella? Multiple sources claimed Justin could barely keep his hands off Eddie, and that tension didn't exactly go unnoticed. More recently, Eddie has been instrumental in Justin's career, even helping craft his entire album. But here's the part that has everyone talking. Who exactly is Eddie Benjamin? And why does his backstory feel like it was pulled straight out of a Hollywood fever dream? He may not be a household name like Benny Blanco, but Eddie has been orbiting A-list circles for years. Born in Australia into a creative family, his mother a dancer, his father a touring drummer, Eddie was practically raised in rhythm. By the age of 14, he was already playing live sets at Sydney clubs. He even formed a school band called the Fames Trio before moving into the professional scene, where he worked behind the curtain with names like Meghan Trainor, Earth, Wind and Fire, and Shawn Mendes. Then came the turning point, 2022. Eddie met Justin Bieber and joined him as an opening act on the Justice Tour. From that moment on, their friendship became inseparable. And this is where the story takes an even stranger turn, because Eddie's personal life is just as intertwined with fame. He's been romantically linked to singer Siam and, more notably, former child star Maddie Ziegler. Suddenly, Eddie isn't just Justin's sidekick. He's a figure standing right at the crossroads of music, celebrity, and controversy. Eddie wasn't just Maddie Ziegler's boyfriend. Through Maddie, he got introduced to Siam, and that's where things get complicated. Sia reportedly took such a liking to Eddie that she started calling him her Australian son. She even admitted to stepping into a protective, almost maternal role in his life. Despite being more than twice his age, Eddie has said that Si's family literally took him in when he first moved to LA. And Sia herself has bragged about vetting his contracts and shielding him from the darker sides of the music industry. On paper, it sounds sweet. But online, people have been raising eyebrows for years. Reddit threads have been blunt. Maddie introduces Sia to her boyfriend. Then suddenly, Maddie's boyfriend is living in Si's house, calling her a mother figure, all while still dating Maddie. The optics are unusual, to say the least. And now, with Eddie sitting at the very center of Justin's career and his personal life, and Justin openly leaning into a Taika trend that mocks Selena's current boyfriend, Benny Blanco, you have to ask, is this just a quirky friendship circle, or is there something much more complicated happening behind the scenes? Some fans say the whole thing has crossed into uncharted territory. Words like unhinged are being thrown around. One commenter put it even harsher, "She's such a creep, and I'm over it."